Hi everyone, it's Nick here again with a pretty anticipated fragrance review. I've been waiting on this one for quite a while now, over 2 months to be exact. I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that I was going to be having some samples from Hermes sent to me. And I believe in specifics I said I had requested Poivre Samarcande, Epis Marine, and Bellamy Vetiver. Um, Unfortunately, I only received two, and of those two, I only got Poivre Samarcande. Um, and, but at this point, I'm just glad that I got something. I also got Vetiver Tonka. Um, and I would like to mention real quick, if my voice is soft in this one, in this video, I apologize. I'm trying to be a little quiet because my daughter's asleep. Um, and I don't really have any other good time to make this video, so there's that. But right off the bat here, the samples do come in a pretty cool looking box. It's, just the normal Hermes orange. Um, it says Hermescence collection. Um, and of course you have your Hermes Paris. And on the back, I think I realized why I only got the two samples now. In the email, what appeared to have been hand typed now seems as if it was computer automated, or just an automated response. Um, because on the back of this sample box here, rather than saying, some sort of disclaimer or ingredient list or something like that, what it actually says is, this set may contain. And so clearly they have samples already pre-set into a box, or to a little sample box. And I'm guessing that they only give out particular samples. So on the back here, if you request a sample, this, as far as I can understand, is what you have a chance of getting in the Hermescence line, and that would be Rose Ikebana, Osmanth Yunnan, Iris Ukiyo-e, Vanille Gallant, Bryn Deriglis, Vetiver Tonka, of course, Santal Masoya, Poivre Samarcande, of course, Paprika Brazil, and Ambre Narguilé. And yeah, like I said, I got the Samarcande and the Vetiver Tonka, and I can't really complain. I'm disappointed because I was really wanting to test out Bellamy Vetiver, but that's just how it goes, and they were free. So what we have here are two 4 ml samples, and they are healthy 4 ml samples. Beautiful little bottles. They seal very well. They're very easy to close and very easy to open. The applicator is very, it's just a good, well thought out bottle, or a sample vial, if that's what you want to call it. You can pop a little top off here, you just wiggle it out. Be real careful. But what's cool about the sample is that you can actually turn it upside down and it won't drip at all. Um, what you need to do is you turn it upside down and then apply it to your skin. I'm not actually going to do it, but when you apply it, um, when it makes contact and breaks the seal, of course, then it comes out. But it doesn't just spill out. It comes out at a reasonable dab or two, and that's really all you need when you're testing a fragrance. So bravo, both the box, the vial, healthy vial. I've got 8 mils just here, right here, and people, there's sample. If you want to sample a fragrance out there of some other, equally expensive fragrances, 8 mils is going to cost you 30-40 bucks. So fantastic. I can't complain. Now, of these two, I have worn Vetiver Tonka more. Uh, I wore Vetiver Tonka twice, actually, out to work. I've worn it, and I work third shift. And the reason for that is because where I work, it's a very cool type of environment. It can actually get cold depending on what you're doing. Um, and Vetiver Tonka, it seems like a very warm fragrance. It's nice, and people like to use the word transparent. I'm not sure that I feel a whole lot of transparency in this one. This is, I mean, I suppose I can because the notes are clear, but when I think of transparent, I also think of like no depth to it. And of the two, this one has a bit of heavier depth, which I think may come as a surprise. Uh, but Vetiver Tonka, of these two, is the crowd-pleasing scent. It's, you know, as most of you know, Vetiver and Tonka are both in here, very clear, pronounced. Vetiver in this one, I believe, is in a very natural mix of the two. It's minty, yet deep, and somewhat, on my skin it doesn't play out as smoky. It smells minty and woody, and the vetiver is extremely reminiscent of the vetiver in Terre d'Hermes. Very reminiscent. When I first smelled this, I smelled the mint and I smelled the hazelnut, and together it makes it smell like a bit of a chocolate vibe. Great, great chocolate. I mean, it literally, this at the right time has potential to make me hungry. It smells that good, and that's the first time I've ever experienced that in a fragrance. So that's cool. Um, but if you wear Terre d'Hermes and you've picked out the vetiver note, if you lived with it long enough, and you put this on, you will smell the vetiver in this is it may be the same as it is in Terre d'Hermes, and that's fantastic. Um, a good thing about this one, my wife liked this from the get-go, and that's why I say this is more of a crowd pleaser. My mother, who doesn't like strong fragrances, she doesn't really like a whole lot of fragrances in general, but my mother smelled this and liked it. That's unusual. Um, the reason I say that it's unusual about my wife is because um, this just it doesn't seem like a young woman's type of fragrance. Um, but my wife has exceptionally good taste in fragrance. She doesn't wear a whole lot, but as far as smelling it on myself and the things that I sampled, she has excellent taste, and I'm very, very lucky and happy for that. Um, so yeah, Vetiver Tonka, I'm just doing a quick type of take on this. I will review each one of them in much more detail when I get through with these samples. Vetiver Tonka is it has a lot of depth and warmth, and a whole lot more of the crowd-pleasing vibe to me. This does not exude a daring scent. This exudes a comfortable, warm, inviting scent. Makes me when I think of it, it makes me think of I want to. It's just close and inviting. I could imagine holding on to someone and an embracing type scent by the fireplace or at a movie, you know, something like that. Very, very, very warm and inviting. Now, Poivre Samarcande to me is the more daring masterpiece of the two, which I know goes against what a lot of people say. And the reason I say that this is more of a daring masterpiece is because this achieves something that I look for in fragrances. I have my collection of fragrance that I like to wear that other people enjoy. I have Terre d'Hermes, that's my signature scent. Bar none, I will always have Terre d'Hermes so long as I sell it. I have Creed Aventus. It's another fragrance that I will do everything I can to have on hand. I love both of those scents. Uh, they're just amazing. Two completely different scents, but man, they're very good, and other people like them. Um, and the third, that my backup, I suppose, would be Hermes's Concentré d'Orange Verte. So, but I'm looking for a third backer. I'm having a bit of trouble on that one. Vetiver Tonka might be the answer to that one, but we're still searching. Poivre Samarcande though, is a landscape in a bottle. This is a painting in a bottle. And I've actually lived with this one for an entire day. I've worn dabs of it on the top of my wrist, you know, uh, right before going to bed, or an hour or two before going to bed, just to see how I like it. And I've noticed that there's a funny difference. When you lightly apply this, the cumin note is very predominant. When you apply it as if you were going to wear it full on, that cumin note is a bit less pronounced. And from the reviews I've read and watched, people judge this cumin note as a body odor scent. And I, I, I don't like the way this fragrance has been reviewed. Justice has not been done to this fragrance. I knew from the description that I was going to like it. I just didn't know how I would like it. And the only reason I knew is because I know how Jean-Claude Ellena makes his fragrance. Um, they are, as many people, like I said earlier, transparent. You can pick the notes out. And sometimes they're linear, which is okay by me. That's fine. I actually enjoy being able to pick the scent out because I'm very imaginative, and it's just a lot of fun for me to experience that. Now, with Poivre Samarcande, you first put it on, and it's spicy. It's very spicy in the top, and it's kind of it's neat how quickly the spiciness fades, and this cumin comes in very quickly, and when lightly applied, the cumin is predominant, and it makes it smell a lot like cooked cumin, as if it was put over some oily ground beef or something, like you would smell in a dish. It smells like cumin in a cooked hot dish. And um, I've had a lot of cumin, so when I smell it, I can tell the difference between cumin and body odor, and I'm thinking maybe some people can't, or some people are just not giving it the chance that it deserves. Sure, cumin has a different flavor. This cologne, if you could call it cologne, just it's daring and it's different, and you can't go in to you can't put this on with the mindset of I'm going to go impress my girlfriend or my boss or anyone for that matter. I don't think this is what this was intended for. This smells like he tried to put a landscape, a literal portrait, into liquid, and then when you apply it to your skin, you smell that portrait. You are taken to that scene. And for me, it does it. The story behind this one, according to him, is there's a tree that had been cut down in front of a house on top of a hill that I think overlooked the sea. I don't remember exactly where it was, but he said that he wanted to capture the smell of the burning tree, and the salty sea air, and a few other things along with that. This does that. The cumin note, in my opinion, helps bring together the salty sea air type of vibe that I'm getting from this, along with the woody note that's in here. And it brings it together, and it brings a sense of heat to it. So you can imagine, by smelling this, you immediately think of a hot sunny day because of the spice. And then, along with a hot sunny day, of course, people like to envision a beach. But instead of envisioning a sandy beach, I envision a red coast, a red rocky type of coast. And then I easily picture a large wooden tree that's been cut straight through the trunk and fallen over. And the sun beating down on it helps bring the moisture out of this freshly fallen tree, helps bring the moisture into the air. And anyone who's smelled a wet wood usually you know how pungent that can be. And so you've basically got a mix of spice, which mimics the wood. I think that this cumin note mimics that woodiness. Um, but you've got like the salty sea air blowing against that tree's scent that's been brought into the air by the sun. And yeah, I know this may sound kind of strange. It's hard to describe. I like this fragrance. My wife doesn't, but she doesn't smell it in the way that I'm smelling it. You can't. You simply cannot smell this and expect people to understand unless they're into fragrance in the way I am. And if this video gets out, if my Poivre Samarcande real review gets out, I really hope that that those who view it, you know, heed what I'm saying and maybe look at fragrance in a different light, because I'm gonna have fun with this one. This is good. This is good stuff. It's quality. There's nothing synthetic about it at all. And what I like most is that it's not a crowd pleaser. This is daring. This is Jean-Claude Ellena saying, "This is my creation, and I'm going to give you some. I'm going to give you art." And it's good. It really is. So I look forward. I know I've been a little loopy here with this one, but I really I feel very passionate about bringing to light fragrances that do what this one does. They deserve more credit instead of the bashing that they take. So stay tuned. I will be bringing you a video of this one shortly, because this is very easy for me to get into. And thank you for watching as always. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and we'll see you soon.